What's up out there, friends and family? Mystical Illuminations, Astara Interstellar here, and I hope you're all having a blessed day. It's come through very strongly for me that this may be one of the more important videos that I do. So that being said, I also want to, as usual, give a deep prayer of gratitude and thanks, an invitation to Father, Mother, God, Source, and their presence here, and gratitude for that this transmission is only of the highest and best for anyone and everyone involved. Why is this transmission so important? Well, it's come through to me through clients, through some close friends and experiences I've had lately, that there are a lot of people out there, especially those in the light worker, empath, sensitive community, that are experiencing different effects of what's known as viral shedding. And this is essentially just something that's happening from people being around others who have received that poke. And I'm being a little bit coded here because, of course, how everything is nowadays. And I have received and experienced some different psychic issues and attacks for going so strongly into this topic, which is another reason why I feel this is going to be really important. So for those of you that are short on time, I'm just going to go ahead and to get into the meat of this. For those of you that want to hear after that, I am going to be getting into some more expanded things on this. But essentially, this video is mainly to share that it came through very strongly for me to do a meditation ceremony activation for cleaning and clearing from the genetic blueprint, from cellular structure, from all bodies, physical, auric energy on any and all dimensions, any and all timelines, clearing any remnants of technology related to that process, or being around that, being connected to people that may be in that process. It's also going into cleaning and clearing any shifts or changes that these technologies or effects or things like that may have taken place from that. And not only that, it is also getting into realigning the listener, the experiencer's blueprint with the original divine organic blueprint, reconnecting them, connecting them with their highest and best timeline. And also, this is been created to reconnect you to your original personal code and expression and connection to Father, Mother, God, Source within you. And I want to say that this is really important because this is your unique personal connection. I am just a guide. I'm here to assist in reflecting, kind of just being there to walk with you in certain levels of reconnection, realignment. And so this is the gist of my announcement, that I've created that. You can check out and go to the link below, Clear Sight Consulting, to get that. I've made it very affordable. Had to charge something because in order for it to be most effective, there does have to be an energy exchange in that process. So I went, just go to that link down below if you want to check that out. And now for those of you that want to hear, I'm going to get into a little bit more about what's going on with this whole process. Why is this happening the way it's happening, and things of this nature. So that being said, there is, as you know, for those that have been following my stuff, there is multidimensional stuff happening all the time. There's concurrent timelines happening to this one. For those of you that are sensitive, have sight that can see through the veil, you're very aware of this. And some of you can see through this, but there are more different expanded levels and layers of these abilities to see what's going on. And that being said, there are simultaneously concurrent things from Atlantis going on right now, from Orion, from those shifts and changes and wars that went on in Orion, from the founding of this galaxy, from the creation of humanity in general. There's a lot of these things shifting and changing going on right now, being transmuted, being alchemized, being shifted, being realigned. And with that, one thing that's important to know is a lot of what we are seeing going on with viruses just in general, but specifically with what's going on right now in human history, is related to corruption that happened in the genetic lineages due to cloning, due to manipulation of genetics and cloning, due to the way certain aspects of the reptilian genetic system work. So, of course, the reptilian humanoids originally stem from the dragon beings, and then there was corruption that took place when cloning happened, because cloning, what this did is disconnect that genetic lineage from the full memory and connection of source, right? Because there's something special that happens in a natural, organic creation process, right? There's a continuation of connection to source that happens in these lineages in a specific way that creation takes place. And so when there was a disconnection from that, this created an entirely new corrupt genetic matrix. Also ended up, as we know it, as duality, just in general, right? Because what happened is, in the reptilian humanoid creation, in that cloning, there was a split between the reptilians and the spirit had to go somewhere in that disconnect. So this is when the Pleiadians created, which are just strictly these spirit beings. And of course, this is part of what's getting resolved. It's been getting resolved right now, is reconnecting Pleiadians to their reptilian halves to merge the kind of shadows and corruption there present in the reptilian lineages, and the disconnection that going so dense and physical happens, and also the distortions present in just strictly being these very high spiritual beings, the Pleiadian connections that aren't connected to certain aspects of the more physicality, and essentially had been avoiding their shadow sides and confronting the shadow sides in their past history and things like that. So there's that corruption in that lineage, and how that reconnection to Father, Mother, God source would happen was is essentially something that on many levels and layers and planets all over the place had much disagreement around how that reconnection would happen. And so we have a lot of humanity's history and different planetaries' history. Some felt that the solution was technology. And so now we're seeing this manifest and repeat as what we see with the technology of that poke, right? Because it is technology that has to do with mRNA, RNA, the genetic coding and things like that. And so there is a amazing, powerful opportunity right now that many are taking there here on this planet, because the other thing that this whole process is a very strong opportunity to really transmute an ancient problem, an ancient galactic problem, right? Which is disconnection from source, separation or duality, consciousness, right? Because that's essentially what the original virus is the virus of the illusion of separation, right? And this is what the dropping of the veil is in these different layers and process. And so in order to transmute the illusion, the virus of separation, at least these specific layers of it, because it does continue in lighter and different layers, but it's much different than the density of duality, right? And so the only way to really do this is the reason that many light workers, galactic star seeds and things like that have volunteered to be here at this time, because they knew, they came in prior to this incarnation knowing that their connection was so pure, was so good, that they could go directly into the muck of the matrix of the essentially viral process and become the vaccine, right? Literally, the coming in from that connection to source and containing it as a frequency within their vessel, thus becoming the vaccine for an ancient virus, an ancient energetic virus that came from the mistake of this cloning process. And we're also, of course, on the precipice of different things potentially like that happening right now with AI, with where certain people are choosing to go, and bless any and all people and beings and their choices and their timelines, of course. But there is an opportunity to, in this time, to really fully reconnect. And just like Neo in the Matrix, when he absorbed the agent, right? He absorbed the agent into his body and then transmuted it, essentially like ending this huge issue in the whole Matrix. And this is the opportunity that many are taking right now by transmuting these different things in their system and reconnecting to Father, Mother, God, Source within, and knowing and trusting as a divine child, their true value, a child of divinity within this cosmos, and thus bringing this new golden age into view. And so this is what this meditation, this ceremony that I've created is been created for. And this is what this does, is clearing all that from the system, realigning the listener with the divine organic blueprint, reconnecting them to their own unique personal connection and code to God Source, and then bringing that code to realign any and all levels and layers of the energy bodies on any and all timelines. And so, as usual, if you found this information to be helpful, go ahead and smash up that like button. Check out the link below if you want to purchase the meditation, the ceremony. Very affordable. And if you want to get deeper into some other things, one-on-one session, go ahead and you can book a one-on-one consultation too. We can get into any stuff related here, or really anything if you want to. So I hope this has been helpful for you once again. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day, Astara Interstellar. Thank you, Mystical Illuminations family, as always.